here.
15.
But I think the pink, I don't think it goes in the left corner. He's had a look at that, so it's quite awkward, this. This will need a little bit of sorting out.
Twice.
Yeah, he'd like to have another go at that last shot, wouldn't he?
Danger and we 20.
That's quite clever if he played it that way. He's left the red near the corner pocket and he's covered it, so it makes the safety.
I was just thinking it's possibly a little bit careless, but now it's to his advantage. He's covered it, and now Ronnie's in a bit of trouble here not to leave that red.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't play to leave the red there. He wouldn't have thought so, but as it's turned out, it's made it rather awkward for Ronnie. That's what Ronnie is looking at. As you see, he can't get to that red that is near the pocket. This looks pretty good. But of course, with the safety shot now, the red I mentioned just over his right shoulder there, Ding, is the one that's going to cause a problem with the safety exchange here. Got to get it right, otherwise you'll leave that one on. Well, that's precision for you there. And talking about precision, is he playing to, can he see enough to just flick that without going in off? Oh, that is an exceptional safety shot there. This is a pretty good tactical battle here, and Ding has pulled another good one out there. Hit that much thicker than he intended. It's a chance of a pot for Ding, but you'll have to be a little bit careful with the cue ball. If he plays it with just a little touch aside, he might go between the gap of the pink and red here, so he should finish on pink or blue. And he do nicely.
Seven. 8.
Well, I think that was probably the loudest sneeze I've ever heard in all the years of the Masters. 1,500 people
40.
in there, but when you've got to sneeze, you got to sneeze.
$15.
That's just developed a couple more reds. I think where Ding has improved also, Stephen, is his temperament. It was suspect for a while, but he seems to have controlled
21.
that quite nicely.
Yeah, he's matured a lot in the last 2 or 3 years as a player, as a competitor. Obviously, we talked about the match where he broke down against Ronnie in the
22.
final. But since then, he's become a much stronger person. He was always guilty a little bit of sort of throwing the towel in a little bit, but he never gives up now. And he's looking by far the more confident player now.
Can you believe it? The cue ball, well, it's not going to go in the pocket, but because he forced that, he somehow managed to find the gap. He was hoping to flick the red next to the
28.
black and open things up. Which shows you how you can find a gap like that. Oh, that's a bonus to knock the pink safe. Pink and black out of the frame.
28.
45 points in front. He's a pretty strong favourite at the moment for this frame, but we know the frame can soon open up in a couple of shots. If this goes in, this might just be the occasion. That's a beautiful shot. Within one shot, Ronnie O'Sullivan can suddenly open all the game up. That's a terrific long pot, and if this next shot works out, we could have a lot of balls in play here. Have a look at that. Suddenly, the game changes with one shot.
6.
Huge frame under the circumstances. As we said before, he should have gone 5-1 in front. He's took the more difficult of the reds there.
7.
And this is the sort of situation that Ronnie O'Sullivan relishes. We've seen him produce some of his best snooker. And his back's against the wall, and it
40.
certainly was in this frame.
15. $21. 22.
Just under. Stunned that he wanted to be another 6 inches across the table for an easier pink than this. Now this is where the left hand is so useful.
28.
Does he try and take the red off the cushion here?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 28.
Okay, the red wasn't a gimme, but this man with the talent he has with his opposite hand, you just don't expect him to miss this type of shot.
One.
He's got a nice angle to come off the top cushion and bring the white in between those two reds. He's played this perfectly. Absolutely spot on. Couldn't have played that better. Left himself on both reds.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't take the red down the cushion there, because you're never guaranteed to get as nice on that red again. Well, it needs the red though. It doesn't have to do anything fancy
30.
with the white ball.
40.
Well, the comeback continues.
21. 23.
And it really is a terrific performance from Ding Junhui.
$26.
Just a couple of little positional shots has caused the problem, and of course that fluke a few frames back has made such a difference.
35.
It was the best of 11. All of a sudden, it's going to be the best of 3. So what a great comeback from Ding Junhui. 4-1 down. He's now back all square, and it's 4 frames each.
Yes, Dennis, best of 3, gentlemen. And, you know, I think the boys made a very good point in commentary about Ding's character, because 4 years ago he was just a teenager. And clearly that defeat to Ronnie in the final was a major, major dent to his confidence. Much tougher proposition these days, wouldn't you say?
It certainly is, but I have to say, it was a big fluke before. Now it's an enormous one, because he's just got back to 4 frames all. I mean, honestly, it was 5-1. This match was over, but he is a tougher character, no doubt about it. His experience, you actually forget how young he was when he was coming to prominence. I mean, we're probably doing him an injustice, really, because in snooker terms, he came way ahead of his time. But he's certainly tougher now, and he's, as I say, been thrown a lifeline, got himself back to 4-4, and at the moment, I couldn't really pick a winner.
What do you notice about the way Ronnie's reacted to this comeback so far, particularly in that last contribution?
Well, Ronnie's continued to play his game, and he still looked fantastic amongst the balls, but just the positional play's just gone fractionally astray, and he's tried to recover and missed, and all of a sudden he's presented Ding with opportunities, and it must be frustrating. It usually is the case when you feel as if you're queuing okay, and I'm sure, you know, regardless of what happens, Ronnie will say he's not playing great, but he looks like he's queuing okay, but he's now in a fight where it could have been an easy canter away. 6-1 could have very easily been the score here.
And that's surely got to needle you when you know you had it within your grasp.
Well, you've got to fight all over again, and the worst thing as well, if you go back after losing the match and you think, oh, I had such the best of it, and you're out of the tournament on the first day, it's not a nice feeling.
Yeah. Assess this next best of 3, John.
Well, very difficult, as I say. It's difficult to pick a winner because the momentum is certainly with Ding. But you'd never write O'Sullivan off if a chance presents itself. As I say, the only difference today is, I agree entirely with Steve, it's 1 or 2 positional shots. He snookered himself twice on reds, which you can't believe he's lost position on. And that's just basically, along with Ding cleaning up after him, has made the difference to the scoreline. It's honestly, it's a toss of a coin at the minute.
OK, we're going to enjoy it.
Well, could we possibly have a deciding frame in the first match ever played at Alexandra Palace? Who knows? We'll find out very shortly. And not the best break-off shot this time. He's coming up a little bit short, is he? No, it's pretty good. This is a fast cloth. I think he may have covered that one. Well, maybe he hasn't. The one brown's not quite in the way. The only thing is, if he pots this, he's going to go into the pink and reds, and that's why he's playing it with a little bit of screw, which made the pot more difficult. If he had played that plain ball, he would have just careered into the pink and reds. No. How confident is this young Chinese player now? Let's find out after this shot.
One.